Jesuit residence hall, was kindling, his elbow out the window, as he fixedly stared straight ahead. Karras took a right to the seat. He quickly found a space, parked and locked the car, and then walked around the corner as if heading for the residence. Is he watching the house? Karras worried. The specter of Dennings rose up against the windshield. Was it possible that Kinderman thought Reagan had... Easy, boy. Easy. Slow down. He walked up beside the car and leaned his head through the window on the passenger side. Hi, Lieutenant, he said pleasantly. Come to visit me, or you're just goofing off for a while? The detective turned quickly, looking surprised. And then he flashed a beaming smile. Why, Father Karras! Ah, so there you are. So nice to see you. Off key, Karras thought. What's he up to? Don't let him know that you're worried. Play it light. Don't you know you'll get a ticket? Karras pointed to a sign. Weekdays, no parking between 4 and 6. Never mind, growled Kinderman. I'm talking to a priest. Every meter maid in Georgetown is a Catholic. How have you been? Speaking plainly, Father Karras. Only so-so. And yourself? Can't complain. Did you ever solve that case? Which case? The movie director. Oh, that one. The detective made a gesture of dismissal. Don't ask, please. Listen, what are you doing tonight, Father? Come to think of it. You busy? I've got passes for the biograph. It's Othello. Well, that depends on who's in it. Who's in it? John Wayne Othello and Desdemona Doris Day. You're happy? This is freebies, Father Marlin, annoyingly particular. This is William F. Shakespeare. Doesn't matter who's starring and who's not. Are you coming? I'm afraid I'll have to pass. I'm snowed under. I could see that, the detective searched the Jesuit's face. You've been keeping late hours, Father? You look terrible. I always look terrible. Yes, only now more than usual. Come on now. Get away for a moment. You'll enjoy. Karras beside the detective. Are you sure that's what's playing here, Othello? His eyes were probing steadily into the detective's. I could have sworn there was a Chris McNeil film at the biograph. The detective missed the beat, and then said quickly, Oh, no, you're wrong. It's Othello. Oh, okay. So what brings you to the neighborhood? You. I came only to invite you to the film. Yes, of course. It's easier to drive than to pick up a phone, I suppose. The detective's eyebrows lifted in a dismally unconvincing stab at looking innocent. Your telephone was busy. The Jesuit stared at him silently and gravely. So what's wrong, Captain? What? Karras reached a hand inside the car, lifted Kinderman's eyelid and examined the eye. I don't know, he said, frowning. You look terrible. Well, you could be coming down with a case of mythomania. I don't know what that means. Is it serious? Oh, yeah. But not fair. What is it, Father? The suspense is not driving me crazy. Look it up. Listen, don't be so snotty. Chagrined unto Caesar just a little now and then. I'm the law. I could have you deported, you know that? What for? A psychiatrist shouldn't piss people off. Also, Segovian, plainly speaking, would love it. You're a nuisance, No, really, you're embarrassed then. Who needs a priest who wears sweatshirts and sneakers? Smiling faintly, Karras nodded. Gotta go. Take care. He tapped a hand on the window frame twice in farewell, and then turned and walked slowly toward the entry of the residence. See an analyst, the detective called after him hoarsely. Then his warm look yielded to one of deep concern. He glanced up through his windshield at the house, then started the engine and drove up the street.